guys, hey, it's great to be back in here. Well, thinking out loud with Khadija, right? So hopefully you guys have been enjoying some of the videos I have up already, just to share a few truths. God, I don't know where that truths came from. Truths about a few things in life, and of course just to ensure that we look out for each other, especially for the people who are still single out there, and even for those people who are married or you're in a relationship or whatever your situation may be right now, just to prepare you for some of those big steps in life, right? And a big shout out to everybody who's been wondering why I haven't put up a video in a while. It's just been a lot happening, but I think I'm beginning to have some more time now, so I should be able to put up some more videos. And yes, big shout out to everybody who's following. Thank you guys so much for following the videos as well, and of course for asking about the vlogs and much more. So going straight to our topic for today, or what we're looking at today. Now this concerns I think this will be very good information for people who are probably trying to get into a relationship, or you want to finally take that big step, and it's kind of broad, but I'm going to try to shorten it as much as I can. Right now, I think over the weekend or just a few days ago, somebody put up a tweet or what's that thing called, a thread actually on Twitter. I think it was that Port Harcourt boy who put up a thread on Twitter, and he was talking about how he was at probably his high school or secondary school reunion, and then he looked into he looked at the guys around him, like people who he graduated or went to school with or something, and then he noticed that for most of the guys, they had married up, they had married smart. I mean, looking at the women they ended up with, or they eventually married, they married women who were well-to-do, who were doing well for themselves, women who basically will improve their lives one way or another. So they probably married into a rich family, women with good social capital, women who had their own businesses, women who were doing well for themselves. And he pointed out the fact, and which is a fact at the end of the day, that look, at the end of the day, it's all about, for the guys, for most times, it's all about what the woman would do for them, what she would bring to the table, how she would make their lives better. Okay, that is what it really is, for most of the guys at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what he was. Men tend to be more selective when they're looking at a partner, especially the person they would spend the rest of their lives with. Whereas if you look at the women, we are more emotional, and so we tend to look for affection, for love. We tend to look for those little details, someone who'd be a companion, someone who'd be my friend. Yeah, guys too. Not to say all the guys are on this table. There are a number of guys as well, maybe a handful of guys who would really look out for a woman because, hey, I love this woman, or I love this babe, and I can't imagine spending the rest of my life without this person. I don't care what her social status is or whatever. I just love her. I have feelings for her, from the inside. Yeah, and I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. Guys are more calculated, at the end of the day. And I think one thing we can also say we've noticed from even time past is, it's either, for a woman, when you're with a man, it's either you've been chosen because you fit into a role, she's wife material, or she can do so and so for me, or she has the contacts I need, or whatever reason is attached, or you are chosen because the person actually loves you. So it is being the chosen one for fitting into a role, or for whatever benefit you can get from the woman, or because the feelings are involved. For the most part, most of the women or wives or partners, female partners, are chosen because of the fact that they fit into a role. She's perfect, wife material. She has the qualities I'm looking for in a wife or a woman, and blah 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 blah. Of course, you can also argue that it's probably the same with the women as well, because women tend to look for a good number of women. I mean, what woman doesn't want to end up with a rich man, right? But then, if you really look at it, there's no woman who doesn't want to end up with a rich man. But chances are, along the line, if she finds a man that she loves, she would go for that man that she loves, as against a guy who would pick a woman who probably belongs to his social class, and because she's from a certain family, or because she's well-to-do, or because she's going to make him look good, or she's going to open certain doors, there's going to be a benefit to him being with that woman. So yeah, when guys are thinking about these things, it's more of she's going to help me be a better person. Yeah, they're also looking for someone who will help them be a better person, help them grow, help them one way or another. Or a guy is probably just looking for somebody who's going to do all the things he doesn't want to do by himself, cook, clean, etc, things they term as domestic as well. Whereas for the ladies, it tends to be perfection. Yes, there are women who keep their head on straight and they're like, you know what, I want a rich man and that's what I want, that's what I'm going to go after. So I kind of feel like at the end of the day, women need to look out for themselves. All right, as a woman, you need to look out for yourself. You need to keep your head on straight and realize that the truth and the fact is, it's either you're chosen because you are of a certain benefit to this person, or you are chosen because there are feelings, emotions attached. And chances are, if you dig deep down and really look into the reason you've been chosen or selected, it's because you fit into a certain role, or you're going to be of benefit to this person in his calculations in one way or another. That is just the plain truth. So especially for all of the women or the ladies out there who are like, oh yes, I must get this man, I must marry this guy, blah blah blah, I love him, blah blah blah. Or people who are feeling right now that they need to settle, do not ever settle. And please, when you're even thinking of settling, don't settle for, if you're going to settle, think of what you're going to settle for. Number one, if you've been waiting this long to settle, and then you now eventually end up with somebody who doesn't even love you in the first place, that's a loss. It's not a win-win for you. Okay? So, which is why in the first place, you don't even have any business trying to settle. If you're looking for love, take your time to find a man who actually is in love with you, not the person who has this idea of, oh yes, I love you. Loving a person is one thing. Being in love with a person, having feelings and emotions for a person is another thing entirely. And it's something that tends to be underlooked a lot, or is it overlooked? Yeah, whatever way the English goes. But yeah, it's something that guys tend to overlook. In their list of priorities, love is not number one, it's not number two, it's not number three, probably not even number five. So yeah, you need to find somebody who tallies with you. Okay, it is very, very important, because you'll be very heartbroken when along the line you realize that this person really doesn't love you at the end of the day. And that love and affection plays a very important and vital role in the life of your marriage or relationship or whatever it is. It really does. So ladies, please don't settle, and remember to take your time when you're dating a person, when you meet a person and all that. Don't ever rush into anything. A lot of women tend to fall into this trap. I hear women who say, oh, I want to meet a guy, like, okay, 2020 is around the corner. There are ladies out there who are saying, if I meet a guy this December, next year we're getting married. If I meet a guy in January, by December we're getting married. Don't let anybody rush you. Don't rush yourself, because there's something time does. Time tends to reveal things. And with, when guys meet you and the whole talking and dating process begins, what happens is they might not even lie. Some outrightly will lie about a lot of things. A lot of them might not lie, but they'll only reveal information that they want you to know at that time. And then when they finally have you where they want you, their real selves will now show up. That's why you see or hear a lot of people say, oh, this person changed, blah blah blah. Nothing changed. He literally just tried to step back a bit from that character that he really is, in order to get you where he wants you to be. And then when he does, he will now reveal his true self. All of the cards will be put on the table, and it's not like, oh yeah, well, it's too late for you to turn back. I saw a video of a lady who actually, at that point, at the altar, she knelt down to her father and had to apologize to him because she couldn't walk down the aisle with that guy anymore. And I kind of feel like that takes a lot of guts. If it gets to the point where you're at the altar and you realize something or you see something that is off, my dear sisters, whatever is off is off. Turn back. It's better than spending the rest of your life knowing that you're going to spend the rest of your life with something that you didn't want in the first place. So yes, whatever is off is off. Don't disregard the signs. Remember, ladies, the signs are always there. We see these signs, but we tend to act like, oh, we can make it work, we can fix it, it'll be better. I mean, these people have been married for a while, the man was like this and blah blah blah. It's not going to be that way. So yes, keep your head on straight, don't lie to yourselves. And please, mothers, I kind of feel like we've had a lot of mothers who failed us. And when I say the mothers failed us, they failed the guys, they failed the girls, they did a terrible job raising the guys, and they failed their daughters by raising boys that, anyways, that's even another topic for another day. But we do tend to fail our daughters a lot because of our own selfish interests. We want grandchildren, we want this, we want that. We don't tell our daughters the truth when they're about to get married or when they're, going to take all of these big steps. We need to let our girls know that if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you need to know what the fact is. If you're going to find somebody to spend the rest of your life with, it's either you guys come to an agreement that, okay, I'm at a point where, for the guys, I'm at a point where I need to start a family, build a family, so and so. Find somebody who also tallies with that. All right? Okay? So, yeah, that's what you need to do. We need to let our daughters know the truth of the matter when it comes to all of these selection processes. Not just go and look for somebody to marry just because we want to look good, or because our friends' children are getting married and they're having grandkids. We keep failing our daughters, and it is not right to do so. We need to tell our daughters the truth, okay? Most times, the guys are not in on love and emotions and all that. So we need to get our girls to get their head on straight as well. Let's not fail our daughters, because they go in there thinking it's one thing or another, especially with, the way we also portray things in our own marriages as well. These are the things our children are going to look up to, okay? So they're going to go into marriage thinking one thing, meanwhile it's another thing entirely. And you, as a mother or as a parent, you failed your child by not really preparing your daughter for the truth of what she's really going to get herself into when she eventually does get married. So guys, or ladies, please remember, don't settle. It's not worth it. It never is. If you're waiting for something, if there are certain qualities or things you're looking for in a man, he's out there. You will find him. He will find you. Wait for it. Sometimes it requires waiting. Some people are very lucky that maybe right from secondary school or something, they meet that person, they click, and that's it, or from uni. For some of you out there, you will need to wait to find that man that you're looking for. All right? You know what you're looking for in your heart. Wait for it. You will find him, and he will find you, and it will be worth it at the end of the day. Don't settle. When you eventually find someone to date, take your time. Don't let anybody rush you, because chances are most times when a guy is rushing you, there are certain things he doesn't want you to know, so that when he has you where he needs you, he will now reveal those things. Time tends to reveal things. Don't rush. Where are you rushing to? There's no need to rush. All right? Take your time. Take your time. Always keep it at the back of your mind that you're either the chosen one or you're the one who is actually really and truly loved. I'm gonna, put a stop to it here. But as always, if there's anything else you'd like to share, things you'd like for me to talk about, please, you can drop it in the comment section. Let's talk. Drop experiences and much more. I'm Khadija, and I guess I will get to talk to you guys on another episode of Thinking Out Loud with Khadija. Have a good day, guys.